ladies and gentlemen. It's Christelle Martinette here. This is just a brief intro to the reading. I'm going to be using 3 different decks for the month of August. Tarot of the Obscure Fables. I've used them before. You've seen them before. The Angel Tarot and the Sibylla of the Mysteries. Then I'll have the runes here with me. This is Tiger's Eyes, and that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your subscriptions, your new subscribers, welcome, and old subscribers, thank you for your support. If you want a reading, it's readings at ChristelleMartinette.com, or go to my website and you'll get all the information. www.ChristelleMartinette.com. On to the readings. Hi Cancer, here I am with a reading for the month of August for you. These cards were shuffled off camera. Just give it a go for Cancer in August. Cancer in August. Cancer in August. The Cancer in August. And the Sibilla cards. One. Okay. Now let me show you the cards. Cancer. We have the 2 of Cups, first card in, questioning yourself on love, love, love as the month opens. Then we have the Ace of Wands. I'm wondering if I could do better with this lighting. Hold on, let me try to work it out. Let me start again. I have a better light here. So what I saw, we did see together the Ace, 2 of Cups. Then we saw the Ace of Wands. Then we have a 4 of Pentacles, the 4 of Pentacles there. And we've got here the Ace of Swords. And then we have 2 cards, 2 Vera Sibilla cards, the Sibylla of the Mysteries. We've got denaro, money, and we have a broken anchor, l'ancora spezzata, broken anchor. Now, let me start by saying you entered the month of the month of August with this Venus in Cancer card, the 2 of Cups, the water sign, Venus in Cancer. It's all about attraction, about love. You ask yourself, is this love? For those of you who have probably got closer to a loved one, or a person who used to be in your life, or someone who has entered your life newly, you're asking yourself, is this it? Is this love? Is this, and then what's interesting is, and we'll clarify all of these, what's interesting is then there is this Ace of Wands in the position of the action that you take, and it is full of action. You try your best. If it's a matter of a person, you are trying your best to hold your temper, be patient, don't, this is also a fire sign. If you do have anything to do with a fire sign, Cancer, you're really going to have your temper tried. And so I see you, instead of arguing, I see you walking out the door and taking a long walk and then coming back and just, just saying, oh God, what else can I do, But you seem to want to make things work. The environment that you're in, the actual month of August, is this 4 of Pentacles, which is the Sun in Capricorn. And the Sun also talks about ego, how you portray yourself. And it's how you portray yourself with relation to the people around you. Could be a significant other, could be also simply close friends, close co-workers, immediate family. And it has to do with you having difficulty in giving and keeping, and giving and keeping. I know that most of the, and you can see this card, most of the Four of Pentacles in the mouth of most tarot readers is being miserly, holding on to what we get. But here I'm seeing it as a month where you're trying to keep a balance with what, you know, what's going out and what's coming in, both emotionally, spiritually as well. Then we have, talking about emotions, we have here this Ace of Swords that is an air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, and many of you may be involved with an air sign. It's in the house of the emotions as well. So we're, since it is in the house of the emotions, my first tendency would be to say, okay, you're involved with an air sign. But to me, it also smacks of you wanting to get to the root of something, you wanting to get to the root of some form of truth, even as far as you are concerned, truth for yourself. Now, I have this these two Sibilla cards now, and it is kind of, they're quite interesting because we have this denaro card, the money card, and it talks about affirmation, making a point of showing that you are successful, you have found a solution, you're fortunate, you have a certain well-being around you. But this doesn't coincide. It has this ancoras pesada, this broken anchor. You know what anchors usually mean. Anchors are bring balance, they bring stability. And here, broken anchor would be sadness, tears, you know, unwanted news, or some kind of negative response, or a breaking away from someone. Now, what I'm seeing as these two together, this is the house of change. And okay, lo and behold, we can say, and we can be superficial, and I don't like to be superficial, especially when they're talking to me in a different way. I see this as being, you're having an issue, just like I said before, the issue with money, with this Four of Pentacles, the Sun in Capricorn, going, coming, how much should I spend, how much should I keep, how much should I spend, and how much should I keep? This is how I'm reading. And the notion of change is that for the first time in the month, well, for the first time probably throughout the year, Cancer, you're going to be in the month of August where you're surrounded by people, and I'm thinking here close family and friends, and perhaps loved ones as well, and you don't want to show yourself as being less than generous, but there's this added slight fear because of a thing that you don't want people to take advantage of you. And what's interesting here is that this is in the house of change. So this is a month that is going to bring you to a point where you're going to think about how you're acting in relation to others. I'm going to take the Sibilla and put a card from the bottom here and from the top for each of the other cards. And that. Okay. All right. Now, this Two of Cups. Now, the questions you're asking yourself, and is it love? Is it really love? And we have this gentleman. We have the gentiluomo, the gentleman. But it's different from the Gran Signore. So we have this al volto e the eagle and the gentleman. Now, the eagle is a person who's in love, rather a younger person, probably a bit younger than you. It could be a person who is in love. It could be a man, could be a woman. So there is, this first card does talk of the question you ask yourself, could it be love? Could it be love? If it weren't for this eagle, now the eagle speaks and reeks of rivals and rivalries and insidious plotting behind your back, risks, things like obstacles and the like, so there's a lot of jealousy. All right, you have this attraction for somebody, they are close to you in this period, but it brings you to be very, very, very protective of yourself. You attack when there's a feeling of weakness on your part. There's some jealousy there. You need to guard against that, Cancer. And then over this Ace of Wands, I've got this nobiluomo, the nobleman. The nobleman and the ammalato, the ill one. Now the nobleman is more like a gran signore in the Sibilla deck, the classical Sibilla deck. This is a person of value. This is a person, and this is the action that you're taking. You want to rise above the petty as much as you can. For all of your maturity, you really give it a go and trying to be rising up against above the pettiness and showing yourself as being a person of value. There is also a physical weakness or a difficulty that you're afraid of too. So we have this fear that's creeping in, ladies and gentlemen, Cancer, in the month of August, that has to do with the way you portray yourself and the way, and your health, because you're fearful of being less than what you should. All right, and this is interesting because it also talks about a fear of failing. All right, failing in terms of your significant other, in terms of how you manage your money. Quite a month for you in August. Then over the Four of Pentacles, the Sun in Capricorn here, I have La Maschera, the mask. The mask. And then flowers, which usually are gifts and homages, surprises actually, invitations. And this mask would call upon the issue of not being truthful, some feeling that people are taking you for a ride, who are being hypocritical towards you, are tricking you in some way. But, the cards are telling you, Cancer, look, you're going to be in an environment, this is the environment card, where you'll be surrounded by family members, by close friends, and it's there that there's this tinge, the way I'm reading it, Cancer, is that there's a bit of fear because you're afraid of not living up to their expectations, not your own expectations, but you're afraid of losing something. And so what happens is you create the opposite effect. The fear seeps in. Over this Ace of, the air signs here, the Ace of Swords, I've got the homage, the something which is given. It's something you receive. This is good news coming in from an air sign. If those of you, if there may be people who are involved with air signs, even in business, expect some news from them. A book, libro, the book. And this talks about projects that you have, things that you're planning, plans. There are emotions here. These are illuminating the emotions. And try as you may, and try as you might, Cancer, you're not a strategist. And out of fear, in the month of August, you even tend to want to do that. But beware of that. Beware of the fear. Let's take the runes and see what they are telling me. Aiza, right smack on the first entrance card. And of course, this talks about you wanting to be very self-confident in what you're portraying to the loved one. And they're counseling you, Cancer. They're counseling you to be yourself, actually. Just be yourself. I have here Pedro Bright Merkstave, actually. And it's telling me that there's a lot that you're not seeing. You're not seeing the forest for the trees the month of August, actually. However, there is Isa, and Awats, and Awats is a journeying room. It does say to go forward, keep going. If you are traveling, especially, do not fear spending money, what other people would think. Do not fear. I do have here the key, well, I call it a key because it looks like a key, Otala. Otala is, and this is the actions that you take. The key really is to remove the fear, because fear begets fear. And when you are afraid of not showing the best of yourself is when you don't. Now, there are two other runes here. One is Lagus, and it's Merkstate, and that tells you, look, it's not going to be an easy ride the month of August. It's going to be difficult. But lo and behold, at the top, and this has come out just, I think, every single reading so far, we've got Soilo, the sun. The sun will come out tomorrow. The sun will come out tomorrow. Cancer, you really need trust. You need to have faith in the universe, because fear will really kill you. But trust the universe. Trust that universe. Namaste, ladies and gentlemen. And it was a pleasure to read for you. Until we read together again. Bye bye.